morning, welcome to another week. It's actually Tuesday today. Yesterday I pretty much filmed nothing. If you are new, I am Jess. I run a brand called Jess Effects, making silicone prosthetics and moulds for makeup artists in the film and TV industry. I will add some clips now of Monday. I didn't really film anything, hence why I am starting the vlog today. So this is the wholesale order so far in a pile, and today is the day I need to start trimming, so I've decided to do it in the living room so I can watch the big telly. I'm going to put some horror films on. So that's where I'm at. I've pretty much nearly finished that wholesale order. Yesterday was spent watching horror films, getting everything trimmed, and just running multiple loads of prosthetics. I will show you that in a second where I got up to, and I had a bunch more orders come in last night, so I'm about to go back in the workshop and get started for the day. I also have a custom order to sculpt, which I'd like to do today so I can run it past the makeup designer, see if they're happy. That is for the same TV show that the last couple of custom orders were for in previous vlogs. So I'll show you the sculpt because they're quite generic, but I can't really go into more detail. And that's about it, business as usual. Also, from watching these back, I realised like my jumpers always look absolutely filthy. Looks like I spill food all down myself or just live in squalor, but it's just because I work and it's messy, and most of the time I've got bits of talcum powder all over me. Yeah, I promise my day-to-day life I'm not this much of a state. In the workshop now, this is where I come to on Tuesday. So I knew I wasn't going to the post office on Monday. Everything, all these orders up to about there had come in like Sunday night, so I needed the day to make them up. So I didn't necessarily do them in order. As you can see, it just fell that the zombie hands are getting done today and post office is today. So I did these ones, have one, and these moulds I believe I already have. I need to check, if not they're running today. And then these last ones came in last night. The 8 exit wounds, hopefully I may squeeze in today, but depends how many molds. I think I may only have 2 of the molds, but we'll see. And then this is how that's looking. So I literally, let's have a look down. I've got 1 small cuts to do, 1 zombie to do, and that's it. So we're looking good. I'm gonna try and bash out all of these today, as many as I can. And then I'm going to take you into the studio because we need to start pinning up at least these orders, the website and Etsy orders. Right, so this is what I trimmed out yesterday. This is my pile of off cuts. So all of that is Titanic. This is the orders, and that is either spares or things that weren't perfect that I don't want to use. So I'm going to start off by taking just the orders through because I don't want to cover the desk and not have any room to work. And we'll get them packaged up first. I wonder if anyone can enlighten me. I've always used Macs since forever. I don't know if their screens are naturally darker for playback of like video. Like for example, try watching Game of Thrones on your MacBook Pro. You won't see a thing. So if I want to watch something while I work, when I'm in the studio, I watch it on a laptop. I have a laptop in there that is for like all my postage and any of that business. And also it has a broken screen, so it has an external screen attached, which maybe the screen is also bad quality, but really I can't watch anything that is in any way dark. So that rules out a lot of TV. I tend to just end up watching videos on YouTube in here. But I want, after yesterday, like, to watch more films. Yesterday was great. I only got through 2 because I had to keep going back into the workshop and making more pieces and then coming back and cutting more things out. So I watched Infinity Pool finally, which was brilliant. That is right up my street. That's the kind of film I love, just weird and abstract, and yeah, brilliant. And then I watched Saw 10. Who knew there were 10? I don't think there actually are 10. I think it goes up to a certain number. Then were like prequels, or I don't know, but like they're silly, aren't they? That it was ridiculous, and even the effects aren't that great anymore. But I just like they're fun. It's a good one in the background. So now I want to watch some more, but I can't do that on this laptop. And I read online that possibly iPads have a brighter screen for watching things, so I'm going to try that. Basically, I've got one of those huge ones, so it's like not massively smaller than my laptop anyway. So I'm going to see if I can prop that up somewhere and give it a go and see if it's bright enough. But if anyone knows, has any tips, like, I don't know, can you get add-ons like players that you can watch things through on your MacBook so that it like allows you to add more brightness? Like, I don't know if that's possible because the physical laptop, if that can't go any brighter, or can you add brightness? I don't know. So yes, I'm gonna try and set this up, pop on a film. I couldn't find many more I wanted to watch on Netflix, so I might have a look on Disney or somewhere. Maybe another horror film, that'd be good. And then get these pieces pinned. I went to a party at the weekend and I've just found the birthday card still on my desk. I took the present in a little gift bag, which I assumed I'd put the card in, but apparently not. So I'm going to have to post that, and that'll be nice and confusing for them. Yeah, comment below if you know anything about brightness and Macs and iPads. And anyway, I'm completely waffling. I've got things to do. I'm going to give this a go and I'll let you know if it's alright. Update. I've put on something on Paramount called 8 Found Dead. I think it might be crap. I'm about half an hour in. I've seen dark scenes, as in the lighting is dark, and it is so much better than watching on the laptop. I can actually see what's happening. So that's a revelation. From now on, I'm just going to keep my iPad as my telly in here, I think. I need to go back in the workshop now, get those pieces out and put another run on. And I also need to check one of those orders you might remember had moulds in it. Before I go, I'm going to make sure I do actually have those moulds, because otherwise I need to run them, because I want them to go out today. I pinned all the other things. I'll show you them quickly. Yeah, I'm just so happy with the iPad news. This is great, even though I may have chosen a crap film. I literally didn't want to spend ages sifting through and choosing a great film because I have no time. I need to get my work done, so I just popped on what I found first. There's not actually many films. I looked on Apple TV and then on Paramount, and neither had a great deal of horror films. So when I get a break, maybe I'll queue some up on Sky or Disney or somewhere. There's got to be somewhere with a wealth of them. Maybe on Prime. How many streaming services can you collect? Right, sorry, I keep looking down. I'm marvelling at how bright the screen is. I don't even know if my brightness is turned up. That I haven't checked. Let me show you the things I've pinned. Just quickly, my brightness wasn't even completely turned up. This is amazing. This is my current setup, by the way. I'm going to buy a stand now that I want my iPad here. This is where the laptop normally is, covered in talcum powder. So balancing the thing, there's crap everywhere. These are the orders I just pinned, but I'm going to look for a stand and give the desk a bit of a tidy once this wholesale order's out of the way. So these are what I have pinned. Let's move the light Right, so we have a mauling wound. We have the set of forest nymph. There are many, many starter kits in various colours. That's buttercream, that's peach, that's peach, this is also peach. There is one beaten up in latte, and there's a caramel one coming, and then there's two more in the buttercream, one in the latte. These are all for that order with the moulds. Going to check the moulds now. Thank you for reminding me, Jess, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, I also have two sets of the medium sutures. I have made an extra mould. Oh, I'm gonna need something. I'm gonna need one of my trusty hooks that I showed you last time to get this out. It's hard to film this and do it with one hand, I must admit. Okay, about enough. This is of the exit wound 1 because I need 8 of them. So I've done 2. I'm about to get these out, and then that means I can do 3 at once, twice, and I am done. So it means I'll get them out today. These are those caramel beaten up, best of order. And then over here, these were those last 2 pieces for the wholesale, and the good old zombie hands. I'll show you them when they're out. Everything's crossed off. Everything is done. Such a good feeling. We'll see if a bunch of other stuff comes in, but it'd be nice if it didn't. I am now going to rush to get things done. I'm now in the post office rush. So fortunately, you've seen I got most things pinned up. It's just that last run that I came in from just now, which was maybe 3 pieces. Those need to be trimmed and pinned, and then everything needs to like go in its sleeves, be packaged up, boxed up, and I need to do the shipping, which is okay, really. That should be fine. I'd love to get out of here in the next hour to head to the post office, and then when I come back, get on with the sculpting for the custom bits. What I'll do is I'll quickly pin these last bits. I finished that film, by the way. 8 Found Dead, did I say it was called? It was pretty rubbish. Couple of funny bits with the baddies, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Now I've put Maxine on. Finally, I've been waiting to watch that as well. I love Mia Goth, as you can probably tell, because I watched Infinity Pool yesterday as well. Yeah, it's nice to have a clean slate now, like as in all my orders are done. Probably won't last long, which I suppose is a good thing. I need to be earning money. I need to remind myself, should be earning money. But yeah, I just need a little time at least each week, ideally, would be great to just keep on top of things like the admin, keep on top of tidying up other bits like these commissions, things like editing this vlog. Yeah, in an ideal world, I think I would make up orders 4 days and then use the 5th day a week for other stuff, but I find that hard to do. Well, it's kind of dictated for me by how many orders are in, but yeah, I gotta go with the flow a little bit. Anyway, I'm rambling again. This is going to be one of those vlogs, I think. I've got too much to say. I'll see you in a little bit. That's the lot. So these are those 8 exit wounds that I mentioned. That's with the other being upset. There's the scar, and there's the zombie hands that I showed you in the moulds. They're in the peach shade. And what else is in mould? These multiple slashes. Those 2 are from the Fireburn set along with this one. They just don't all fit on the same page. Large ragged wound, broken nose, 1, and I think that's where I'd got to. I've shown you all of them. So they all need sleeves, packaging. There's found the moulds, they're up there. They need labels, and I need to box them all up and then pop them all on the Royal Mail website to get my labels and take them out. So I'm going to whiz through that, and I might see you later when I'm doing some sculpting. All packed up, time for the post office. Oh dear guys, another wholesale order has come in. This is for Pam again, who I've done many for in the vlogs before. I've told them though I won't be able to start it till next week. I need to get everything else done, but it's a relatively big one. So yeah, I'll be starting that on Monday. If you watched last week's vlog, you saw me fill these. These are those Bondo mods I made. They're now filled with Bondo and ready to apply. They're going to be puncture wounds. So I've just set up a couple little things at my desk. I'm going to have to apply them on my leg. And I will show you when it's done, I guess. This is the state of affairs now. Disaster. So that is the wholesale order for Titanic in its entirety. So I need to tidy up this desk so that I can start packaging that up. I may or may not be able to get to that today, but I need to at least have a tidy space. Need to take these off my leg. Yeah, I need to clean off my leg because I keep stamping blood on everything. And I think I might quickly edit those and upload to my website and Etsy and everywhere. I'm also waiting to hear back about the sculpts I sort of showed you me starting. I've got them to a point where I've sent pictures to the makeup designer to check if we're heading in the right direction. So when I hear back from that, I can carry on with that. And an order came in last night just when I had got everything out again and finished the wholesale order and got to a point where I had nothing on the board. While I was at the post office, an order came in which was for 10 items, 3 different items, 4 of 2 of them, 2 of the other. And so I've done 2 runs of the whole lot so far today, with the thought then at least the 2 that need 2 more can be done tomorrow and it can all go out tomorrow. Anyway, it's only 12:30, so there's plenty of time. I'm going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm going to tell you that I ordered a stand for my iPad that should come tomorrow just from Amazon. I also ordered new radio mics because when I was editing last week's vlog and even the week before, I think the sound was so atrocious. It's something I used to use when I made them on Patreon from time to time, but they weren't dramatically better and it became such a faff to remember to put them on and charge them and all that I didn't. So we're gonna have another go. They're better ones than before. Before I just had cheapy ones. These are meant to be quite good. I've seen other people using them. They cost a lot more money, but I've been waiting for the Prime sale day, so I got them 48% off. So although they're sort of an expense, they're a lot cheaper. And I know I'm investing money into something that nobody watches, but do you know what? I'm a bit like, if I'm doing this for whatever reason, I want to try and do it as best as I can, within my own capabilities, and buying a mic makes it so much better, then so be it. And I do other videos. I do tutorials on Patreon. I make videos for my social media, and who knows what will happen in the future. So I don't think it's a completely unreasonable thing to buy. But they're to come today by 10, so you may even get to hear some improved sound in this very vlog, if I can get them up and working. All right. I do just film pretty much always with my phone, so obviously quality in that could be a lot better. I did start to look at cameras thinking in the prime sale too, but that is a case of still spending hundreds, and that did seem unnecessary. So I'm going to keep looking at my phone. I've been looking into what apps will film better, but it seems like most of them will help you improve when filming with the proper cameras, but I obviously do a lot with the front camera like this, so I can make sure I'm in frame and things like that. So it doesn't seem like a lot of these apps cater to front camera. If anyone knows, has any recommendations on apps, camera apps with good front camera, then that would be great. But for now, I think as long as the lighting in the room is okay, which is fine in the summer, like there's lots of daylight coming in, then it's okay. But as soon as there's a drop in light as we go through the year, I think it's going to get a bit rainy. Anyway, now I really am going. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday now. I've woken up with a headache and it is a scorcher again. The hot weather is back, I think, for like 4 days. I mean, if you're in the UK, you are well aware of this because you're living it. I've had a bunch more orders to come in, and I still haven't started packaging up the wholesale order, which I really wanted to get done by the end of this week. I'm still going to push for it, but yeah, I'm in the workshop now. Sorry, I feel like I've got a funny voice as well. Also, let's see if the sound on this sounds any different, because I had my new mics turn up last night and I haven't read the instructions. I've just popped them on. There's one. And I'm going to see if it works. If it doesn't, well, if it doesn't, I'll probably cut this out because I'm embarrassed. Right, I'm going to show you what I've got to do. I need to write on the board, and I'll explain the plan of action. Testing, testing. I've got big boy fan on there. Normally I can't have that on while I film because he's really loud. But yeah, I'm hoping now with the mics I can keep all the fans on in the various rooms, not worry about all the external noise in the garden and things, and you'll still be able to hear me clearly. Last time there was all sorts of weird noises, and I think some of it was from the fans and external factors. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully they're making a difference, and that'll make life easier. I'll just have to get in the routine of like charging them overnight so I can use them in the day. Right, let's see the board. Alrighty, this is what it looks like. So those Vamp Zombie Skeletal I was working through yesterday, and I did the first 2 of, so I can do 2 more and get them out. Then these are the ones that came in, so I need 4 of the multi-stab, then 8 scratches 1, and blunt force trauma 3, small slashes, and then 3 sets of the psoriasis bundo molds. So they're all kind of an awkward size. I don't know if they're going to go out today or tomorrow, and in which case maybe I should just do 1 post trip tomorrow for all of this, especially as that order and that order are the same person. My processing times are 1 to 3 working days, so realistically it probably makes more sense just to do 1 post trip tomorrow and be within that time frame than killing myself to get 1 order out today and then the rest tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see how today goes, just in case by some miracle I get it all done and then it can all go out today. But I need to be better and stricter at managing my time and when I go to the post office. I have been a bit better. I used to end up going nearly every day because I want to please people and I want to get things out as quickly as possible, but I'm not Amazon Prime. I shouldn't be doing that. It's a detriment to the other things I need to be doing. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to get on with it, and then I'll show you some other bits. Oh, I also need to do that custom order that I sculpted, so I need to go get them. I need to mould them, and then I need to make up a bunch of moulds of one of them and pieces of the other to also that will be going out tomorrow. So yeah, I'll go get that and I'll show you how they ended up. Right, this is how the sculpts ended up. So this was a stab wound and that is going to be an appliance, so a prosthetic, and the ring around that. It's not the wall, it is the flashing ring. This one is like a little blunt force trauma wound. That will be a Bondo mod, so I do need to quickly build the wall around that one. They're on the same tray as I used for those other bits, and I have done a ring around that. I'm going to pour some silicone in that as well while I'm at it. Might even remold that. So yeah, I need to take them through and get them moulded so I can start at least making the appliances. I just need to double check the skin tone. They're trying to find out that for me. Yeah, happy with them. Nice little wounds. Come into the studio now. I've had to change my top to something baggier because I was getting hot and bothered. I've actually done everything, so I will be going to the post office today. That dilemma is gone, but I would be interested to hear from any other small business people how they deal with that kind of guilt of how quickly to get things out. I just want to please everyone and want to provide like the best service I possibly can. So I used to just go to the post office nearly every day as long as there were orders, and recently, maybe over the last year, but definitely a lot more this year, I've been spacing out my post office trips to try and have a maximum of 3 a week, and not feeling like if an order comes in it has to go out the next day or even the same day in some cases. My website, my delivery times on there, the FAQs, they tell you, and on Etsy even I have it on the listings as well, they tell you that my processing times are 1 to 3 working days. So by ordering from me, you're kind of agreeing to those terms, I guess. You can't expect a small business to be able to get things to you the next day, especially when they're made from scratch. I know not everyone knows that I'm one person and that I make to order. I'm sure a lot of people think it's a bigger operation. They may think I have a load of stock sitting around, and that people can dispatch it, or that I have couriers picking up all that business, but it is literally just me. So yeah, I'm gonna finish getting these ready, go to the post office today, and tomorrow I will not go to the post office, just come in and cut out all the appliances. With those custom ones, there's going to be a bit of a change up. I'm not quite happy with the appliance, so I want to re-sculpt that, and I'll show you what I mean. So yes, I've cut out all the pieces for the different orders. Some I started to pin, but I'll show you them when they're all pinned. These were, I ran a couple, I don't know why I got as far as doing a couple before I realised, but this is just not quite deep enough. I'll show you, actually it's quite handy, someone ordered 4 of the multi-stab because that's what they were basing on. They liked a stab wound like this, that kind of size, that kind of depth, but they just wanted fat, which is what I was going for. Let me put them side by side. So you can see we're almost there, but it's just not quite as deep. It's always going to look less deep when it's got fat because it's hiding that sort of straight edge down into the wound. However, it just, I don't know if you can see, it just ends up being slightly not deep enough in the sculpt. Anyway, it looked deeper in the sculpt. I think that's the contrast with the grey clay. I probably should have realised sooner, but either way, it's turned out pretty nice. It just needs to be deeper. So we're going to attempt that and see how much depth we can do. I will have to make it a bit wider to allow for depth, but I'm going to try and compromise and then send them out Monday. So I will show you how that sculpt changes as we go. And then these are all the Bondo molds I also need to cut out and send off, mainly just these bigger psoriasis because the small ones are to go with this order on Monday, so they could wait. But I'm going to pin these first, and then cut these out, and I'll show you it all when it's done. It's quite a large amount, but only maybe 3 or 4 customers, not too many orders, so that is nice. you know what's really fantastic? I've already lost one of the magnets. I just went to open its little box and get it out to put it on again, and the magnet wasn't there. It comes with 2 mics, so I'm using the magnet from the other one, but I can only assume when I took it off last time, somehow I didn't get the magnet back on it, or it fell into my t-shirt without me realising, or I don't know. I was sure it was clipped, but it's not in the box anyway. I'm hoping it will just turn up. Maybe it got caught on something and it's on the floor. But that's great, isn't it? Buy an expensive new thing and already lose it. I mean, I'm assuming I'll never need 2 mics. But yeah, what a pain. Now, let me show you what the little box is like and what it should look like. So this is the box. You can like charge it, and then that charges everything in it. And then that's the one I'm wearing. And can you see, this is the spare one, can you see there's a gap behind? That's because normally the magnet's attached. So it was like that. And then this is an extra one that can be clipped to your camera. So if I ever want to film with my proper camera, I can use that mic. Oh, how did it come out? It's because I'm looking through the camera trying to put back in. So that's really annoying. Yeah, I'm assuming they both did have magnets on when I first opened it, but like I say, maybe it will turn up somewhere. Also, my new stand, ignore all the mess. I've just had to shove everything about so that I can fit it in. But that's the new stand. So I've taken the iPad out of its case, and it's just these like stretchy, it opens up and it holds it. So I can work here, be watching telly there, doing my postage on there. Yeah, that works well. It's obviously a bit higher up, so I've got this in the way, as I had it balanced under so it could sit back a bit, and it means this encroaches a bit, but maybe I will find I end up putting it further back when I have a sort of this desk. Anyway, I have just got back from the post office. It's 5:20. Today was absolutely mad. I did get all those orders out, as you saw, but that was like pushing the limit. That was a lot to run today. I did the first run, I think, and then came in here, trimmed some pieces and pinned them. But then after that, for the next 3, because everything was going off so quickly, because it's warm, I just stayed in the workshop and went back and forth between prosthetics and moulds, and like sorted a few little bits in there in between, and that was pretty non-stop until 2:30. Then I know for the post office the absolute latest realistically I can leave here is about 4:15, maybe 4:30, but that is really pushing it. My post office shuts at 5, but to get things on their way the same day, especially if there's anything special delivery or international, they want you to have it there already by 4:30. So I think I arrived like on 4:30. So yeah, I was really pushing it. I was like trimming as fast as I could those moulds to get them ready. Fortunately, it was actually only 4 orders. Yeah, that's right. There was 4 orders, so the postage was actually quick to put into the computer. But I'm back now. It is too hot to walk the dog. She's going to have to wait till probably like 9 o'clock or so till she can realistically go out, because at least if it's hot but there's clouds, then the pavement's not too hot for her little feeties, and we can wander down. There's like a little nature reserve bit next to our park, but at the moment I can't even get to there where it's shady because there's not enough cloud. The pavements are brilliant sun. She'll be panting like halfway around the block, so I'm gonna wait till it's a bit cooler which means I want to do some more work. And what my plan today was to get loads of the wholesale order pinned and packaged so that I could have it finished tomorrow, give Titanic the weight and box size so they could book the collection for next week, hopefully for Monday. But I'm worried about leaving that all till tomorrow, even though I'm not going to go to the post office. Things keep getting in the way. I need to resculpt that custom thing, so I don't really want to leave it all. So I'm going to do some of it today, get a head start, just for peace of mind. So I'll maybe do like an hour or two. I have a film on the go halfway through. I've been going through loads of horror films. My favourite ones have been Maxine. I finally watched that. That was good. I watched yesterday that James McAvoy film Speak No Evil, I want to say it's called. That was good fun. Yeah, I've watched a bunch. I can't remember. They were obviously the two that I enjoyed the most. They've had an impact. I'm now watching some thriller with Shailene Woodley. Is that her name? I want to say it's called, it's not Person of Interest, To Catch a Killer. To Catch a Killer, that was it. That's not horror. It just popped up on Sky. I think it's more of a thriller catching a murderer, serial killer. And she's like a young detective or police officer or something that is quite good at profiling. I don't know. It's a good background film. I've got my fan on because of how hot it is. You can tell from my face how hot it is. So we'll see if this mic is doing its job. I'm a bit worried this will be a really long vlog now. I seem to have got a lot of footage. So I may not film anymore now until the wholesale order is done and just show you packing that up. Or maybe any little bits I can pop into next week. I've got a free weekend for the first time in forever and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping to do a little bit of like DIY, seems like the wrong word because I'm not building anything, but like a bit of decorating, painting. I'm slowly stripping the paint off all the windowsills in my house because I hate a painted windowsill. So I'm gonna maybe do another windowsill tomorrow. I also have like banister. I want to do the same too. The house has 3 floors. The top floor was an add-on, so there's no loft space. So the banister from the bottom to first floor, it's quite nice and wooden. The one from the middle floor up to the top is also wooden, but it's like horrible white painted wood, different style from the first banister. So I'm thinking I want to strip it, paint it black. I'd love to do all the doors black and all the skirts black. When we first moved here, about 2 years ago now, I started staining this building I'm in now. This is like a sort of cabin in the back garden, so wooden, and it's like dark brownish. I started staining that a black colour and did maybe a quarter of it, maybe not even that, smack bang in the middle of the building at the front, and then never did any more. So one day I should finish that, but it's boring, isn't it? I actually hate painting, but yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling because I don't want to pin these products, but I'm going to stick my film back on, get on with it, and I will be back if there's anything else interesting, but otherwise I will see you when this order is finished. Hopefully that's tomorrow. Cheerio. I've already filmed this once because I hadn't turned the microphone on correctly. I had a green light instead of a blue light. Yes, it had a blue light, so I even told the camera, oh, I've probably not been using it right all this time because now I've got a green light. And when I played it back, there was a weird whirring in the background. It's not a fan, that's not on, it's something else in here, but there's nothing turned on that I know. It could be coming from outside or just that the door's open. I don't know, it sounded like a fan in the background. So that told me that the mic wasn't working this time. And as I have it, I feel like I can't just now put in the crap footage with the bad sound, can I? I need to at least attempt to do it right. You're not going to believe this, by the way. I found the other magnet last night. I can't remember what I went to do, but I just found it like down my top, sort of in my waistband. So that's good, because I was looking and I couldn't obviously see any replacements. And I have two mics, so it wasn't the end of the world, but I was a bit bummed about it. But it's Friday now and I've just got back from walking the dog. I'm very hot, as you can tell. I'm desperate to get the fan on, so I'll keep this short and sweet. I am going to resculpt that stab wound I showed you yesterday for the commission and send that off and see if we're all good. Try and make that a bit deeper. I'll try and show you a bit of that too. I packed up maybe about half of the wholesale order last night, maybe a bit more. And when I say packed up, I mean so far I have pinned them to the board, put them in the sleeves with their leaflets and business cards, but I haven't done any labelling, so I need to finish that today. I'm gonna pop on a film and get on with those things. If you have any film recommendations, by the way, do leave them below. I love a horror. That's what I'm going mainly for at the moment, as you can tell, but also like a thriller or a crime, anything weird as well. I love something a bit odd. Alternatively, I love a true crime documentary or any weird documentary. Doesn't just have to be like murder documentaries. It can be scams, can be all sorts. But I do feel like I've found probably most of the like decent ones. So if you know of any that are a bit more obscure but are still good, give me a recommendation down below. I spend a lot of time at my desk sorting out orders, so it's always good to have something on in the background. Right, I'm going to stop nattering and get on with it, so I shall catch you in a bit. Unfortunately, I am missing one piece, so there's only two of these. I'm gonna run that tomorrow and add it to the box, and then I'll just fill it up with packing peanuts and it'll be ready to go. Right, okay, so you just saw that packed up. It is 5 p.m. That has basically taken me nearly all day. It really takes a long time to pin and label, and that's with them already all cut out, but I'm glad they're done. And I'm going to go inside now and do the invoice, send off the measurements to Titanic so that they can book a courier, and hopefully that'll get picked up early next week, see when's convenient for them. I've got a weekend off. I think I might have mentioned that. I don't have any plans, which I'm excited about. I'm going to edit this vlog at some point and mould the resculpt I did of that stab wound so that I'm ready to go on Monday. Oh no, I've just found more pieces that I did not pack into that order. Bear with. All of these! How did I miss that? What I'm going to do is weigh these on their own so I can just add that onto the amount rather than try and juggle that box around again. At least there's room in the box, so they will fit, but how did I not notice them there? I got carried away because I was filming probably. I'm going to end this vlog here. I'm really glad to be a tomato while I'm doing this. Maybe when I see you next week, I will not be a sweaty mess, but hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment. Love to know your thoughts on anything I talked about here. If you've got any recommendations for viewing while I work, that'd be great too. Next week I have to start that new wholesale order, and I've had an email about another one coming. It's not wholesale, it's a big order for a college that may come up in the next few weeks, so I think we're going to be business as usual, busy, chugging through it. If I get time, I really need to have a tidy up. I really need to get some new pieces sculpted, but we'll see what happens. But thank you again. Do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, that bell button, who knows. Do it all if you can. I'd appreciate it. I think it helps bring people who watch similar things that you do to this channel. Like it, I think YouTube will recommend it out to people who absorb the same content. I don't know. I think that's how it works. Anyway, I'm going to go. See you next time.